Okay, I didn't see that guy. Okay, we're setting them up for the night here. I have heat sealed plastic around the door, which folds out right over here. Where is it? Here. Okay, this is the door that folds out. It's about 3 or 4 layers of chicken wire wrapped on both sides and heat sealed together. I did that for another door, a smaller door, but this seems to be the way to keep the cold out. Give a little bit of stop the chicken wire from grabbing other things. I'm not done with it, but I did a lot. I've been draping some curtains in here to also contain and add air pockets. So we got 8 chickens, and they're all here. And of course, at night they know they should be here. So I got to get some poles for them to perch on so they can get up high. Got one way up there, but they got to get a way to get up there. So we'll have a series of poles that they can go from one to the other. That'll make them very happy. I'm using the boxes that they're throwing out to line the floor. And of course, eventually they will get wet and everything. And I'll be able to grind them up and use them for my garden and replace more of them. So this is really a pretty good setup for them. I forget which one is Henrietta. Which one you think is Henrietta? Name? We should have a contest to name Henrietta. Henrietta the chicken. They like the name Henrietta. Before I use the hay bale circles in like a Quonset hut, there's 3 of them make a circle. So I took one out, and as you can see, it's plenty wide. You can make a camp in this thing. You could camp out in this thing. You could put all kinds of insulation all over the thing, wrap it. It'd be an amazing cabin. You make it as long as you want, and you could probably merge it with even one from the side. Who knows? But in any event, this is. I've been looking for things that I could use for my land out in Texas, and this might be a possibility. They're stronger than hell. They bolt together. You could bolt them into, if you had rock or whatever, you could anchor them to the ground. I have a hot water bucket there. And I think I'm going to move that over to where the light is. I think the bucket's only 60 watts. And I got one in here. So that's not enough. That's not hot enough to cause a fire or anything, but it gives them some light, which makes them feel good. And they're laying eggs. I put in there. I'm going to check in there in a little while to see if there's eggs in there. I've been grinding up cardboard with my lawnmower, and they seem to be doing very well. I mean, grinding them up. And so I took a couple of buckets full of this fluff from the cardboard and stuck it in there. They like that, to put their eggs in so they don't roll all around. So they're putting out about at least one egg for every 2 of them. Every other day they lay an egg, I guess, something like that. Which is okay. But they just started laying this year. But I couldn't find the eggs because I couldn't get into their little their chicken coops, which was actually these things here, but horizontally. So they're only 4 foot high, and you can't really crawl around there. And you can only have a little bit of opening to get in. Something like this section here. This section here is what I used to get in. That was too much work. So this way I can flip this whole thing up from there down to there, get in here, walk around without killing myself, get some eggs, and then leave. So this might be the most practical way of doing it. In the summertime, obviously, I can open it up and have more area opened up. And I think I will open that area there up. And that way I can always seal it up. So it should be interesting. Yeah, they're interesting animals, to say the very least. And they're pretty symbiotic if you have gardens and stuff. If you know how to use their poops and not burn your plants. Now, what some people do, they actually down in Africa and stuff, they are putting the chickens in cages over a pond. Then the poops go in the pond, and the fish eat the poops. Talk about that. I can't imagine how in the long term that's going to work, but that's what they do. And anybody who eats tilapia really should have their head handed to them, because the stuff is worthless. It has no omega-3 oils in there, and they're all full of antibiotics typically, because there's really not, I don't think there's any really raised wild. So your best bet if you want fish, get something that's caught in the ocean away from Japan, so you don't get radioactivity from Fukushima or whatever. Okay, I'm going to say goodnight, gals. Take care.